Metrics Learning, which is a learning management system used by CSB Works, and you all will actually be taking advantage of it as well for this program that you're doing. So what I'll do today, I'll be fairly brief. I'll be going over about, I'd say 10 minutes or so, a brief demonstration of the system, specifically highlighting the training you'll have access to, how to use the different career exploration tools, and also just how to navigate and add courses of yourself. So what I'm going to do at this time is I am going to mute all lines. There is a chat box feature, so if you should have questions during the webinar itself, feel free to enter them into the chat. Otherwise, I'll open up the line following the demonstration and answer any questions that you may have then. Bear with me as I move through the line here. I apologize for these technical difficulties today. Okay, but I believe we're all set. So I'll go ahead and get started now. You all should have been sent a username and password. You should have been sent a username and password. Let's see here. Yesterday, if you have not, you can contact Charlene, as she would be able to give you that information. Let me just go ahead and log in here. So when you log in, this is the website that you'll want to go to. It's eastbayworks.metricslearning.com. You'll find that within your email and where to log in. Once you log in, you'll be prompted with this Getting Started tutorial. Metrics Learning is used in various workforce settings. Primarily, it's used with individuals who are either unemployed or underemployed, but it's also used for professional development, more so what you're using it and applying it for your program. So this tutorial, it's about a 9-minute tutorial, 10 minutes I should say, and it's a little more intensive of what we'll be doing today, but there's various tutorials within the system, so if you should have any questions afterwards, feel free to refer to the tutorials. But that one will prompt up. The other tutorials are located under the Help tab, located under Tutorials. There are some computer settings that you'll need in order for courses to launch properly. So before we begin with the actual demonstration, I'll show you how to access the computer requirements. The first step of what you'll want to do is check to make sure that your computer is compatible with Metrics Learning. If you have questions in regards to computer settings, what I'll ask you to do is go to under Help. From Support, what you can do from look at the various tutorials. You can also look at the knowledge base. A little bit of an echo here. Apologize for that. You can look at the knowledge base to see the different frequently asked questions, but the basic computer requirements for metrics, I'll go ahead and click on this first knowledge base here. First of all, it is compatible with both Macs and PCs, so you can use this with either one. In terms of internet browsers, we recommend using Internet Explorer. However, it's also compatible with Google Chrome and Firefox. If you're using a Mac, we recommend using Safari. You do have to use Java and Flash. Make sure that you have them I should say, recent versions of Java and Flash installed in your computer. But basically, those are the basic requirements. Not all courses are compatible with mobile devices or notebooks, so we ask that you use a computer when taking these courses. With mobile courses, they'll be noted in the catalog. If you should have any trouble in launching courses when you first get set up, under Support, you can submit a support ticket located here. So you can create a new support ticket. Our team will get back to you within 24 hours, and we'll give you recommendations on how you can fix those computer settings. What I'm going to do now is go back to the home page, and I'm going to take you through steps 1 through 3. The first step is a career exploration tool where you actually do an assessment. So what I'm going to do is click on step number 1. Here what we've done, if we click on Start Now, we're going to be taken to a job skill assessment. What we've done is we've incorporated 150 most common job skills. So these are taken from the federal ONET database. This is a database that the federal government uses, and what we've done is compromise the 150 most common skills. However, you can rate yourself from 25 all the way to 150. The more skills you rate yourself on, the more accurate the next step will be. But what you'll want to do in this assessment is rate your skills based on your existing skills today from none, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And as we rate our skills, it takes about 20 minutes or so to go through all 150 skills. We ask that you be honest during this part, as it will only help you in the long run and in the next step as we go forth. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to actually rate myself on all of them. I'm just going to skip to the bottom below here. There's a lot of skills. What you'll do at the end of the assessment, once you've rated all those skills, is click on Submit and View Job Fit. Once we click Submit and View Job Fit, we're brought to this career exploration tool. It's called Job Fit because what this does is it recommends occupations that might be a good fit for you based on your existing goals. So as you can see here, it shows you the different job titles as well as the number of employed, the yearly openings, average wage, and if you click below the binoculars, it'll take you to Indeed.com. So you can see live postings, live job postings in your area. If you're interested in learning more about a particular occupation, let's say we're interested in public relation managers, I'll go ahead and click on the job title itself. From there, we're brought to a description of the actual job title. What this includes the different tasks involved, the different lay titles, as well as the skills involved as well. So this is a way that you can determine, if this is a good fit for you, what this actual occupation entails. If you think, yeah, this is exactly what I want to pursue, what you can do is click on Make Goal Job, and from there, we're brought to another page. This page is the goal job page, and what this does is this is essentially a skill gap analysis. So what it does is it takes in those skills that you've just recently rated yourself on, and it recommends courses that you can take based on your skills and the skills needed for this particular occupation. As you can see here, I haven't rated my skills on a lot of them from that previous assessment, but if there are job-specific skills or maybe some skills that you didn't rate yourself on, you'll be prompted to rate your skills here. Once you do rate your skills, you'll be recommended automatic remediation from our courses or courses to help fill your skill gap. So for example, this skill down below here, communicating with supervisors, peers, or subordinates, this is rated at a 90% importance rate. So it's a good skill to have for this particular occupation. I rated myself as having no experience with that. So that indicates that there is a skill gap present. So what we've done to the right-hand side is we've recommended these courses that you can take to remediate those skills. This is an optional feature. You don't have to take these courses. You do have a designated specific career plan or courses that you'll be taking through this program, which I'll show you momentarily, but you have the option of doing 4 elective courses. So this might be an option on what courses you want to pursue. If you're interested in taking any of these courses, you simply click on the course itself, and you click on Add to My Plan. In order to take a course, you first must add it to your My Plan. But that's one option and one way that you can explore the catalog and add courses to your plan. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back to the home page. What I just showed you is an option where you can add your 4 elective courses. What I'll show you next is actually adding the courses that you'll be required to take through this through the program that you're pursuing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Catalog. From there, I'm going to go to Skill Tracks. What we do within Metrics Learning is we bring in content from various content providers. The majority of the content comes from a content provider called Skillsoft. Skillsoft is the top e-learning provider in the world, business, desktop, and IT. We have about 5,000 plus courses or so from Skillsoft themselves. A lot of Fortune 500 companies use Skillsoft for their own internal training. The agencies across the country that we work with use Skillsoft training. And here in our office, we actually use Skillsoft training for professional development. So they're really interactive courses. They're top of the line. And what we've done is because they have 5,000 courses, we've bundled certain courses together to help, help individuals either prepare for one, a certification, or two, specific skills. So particularly what you'll want to do when you get into metrics, you'll want to add 5 different skill tracks. The first skill track you're adding will be in administrative support courses. So to add that first skill track, what you'll do is you'll click on business skills. From there, you'll see some subcategories. You'll want to click on administrative support. And all this is in a document as well, the different skill tracks you'll need to add. So if you need that document or need access to it, please contact Charlene or someone who can give that to you as well. From here, what we can do is if we click on this orange arrow next to administrative support, this is the administrative support skill track. So each one of these different titles is a course, approximately 1 hour in length. These courses are self-paced, so you can stop and pause at your own convenience. There is a set schedule, so please adhere by that schedule. But to add this skill track to your learning plan, click on Add to My Plan, located to the right-hand side here. Once you do that, you're going to get a prompt saying, please add this skill track to your plan. So go ahead and click on Add to this skill track. By clicking on Add to Skill Track, those courses that were bundled within that skill track are automatically populated into your My Plan. So we're automatically brought to your My Plan page, and this My Plan page is where you launch the courses themselves. So I've actually already added some of the other skill tracks, so I'll go back into where we can once add a skill track, which is the administrative support courses, we'll go back to that skill tracks page and look at the other skill tracks that we'll be adding as well. So I'll click on catalog again, then click on skill tracks. The 4 other skill tracks you'll be adding are desktop skills from Microsoft Office 2010. To access those, first I'll click on desktop computer skills. 2 subcategories appear. From there, I'll click on the Microsoft Office. And if we scroll down here, what we're going to be focusing on is Microsoft Office 2010, the beginning level for Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and Outlook. So you'll see that I've already added these to my plan, but it's the same concept. What you would do is click on Add to My Plan, and those would populate into your learning plan. If I click on the orange arrow again, you'll see the number of courses in each of those tracks. I'll scroll down, so we have Excel, we have PowerPoint, we also have Word. Again, these are all the beginning levels. If I scroll all the way down here, Outlook is below here, set up a little bit differently from the other skill tracks because this is more so a certification track. But as you'll see in the document provided by Charlene or one of the administrators, there's only some of these courses that you'll have to complete in the skill track. This info sheet, mentoring, and test prep, please disregard those. You don't need to take them. Those are specifically for our certification tracks, so they're really applied to this program in particular. But as you can see, I've added all of these tracks into my learning plan. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my learning plan. So to access your learning plan, you'll click on My Plan, located on the top navigation panel. This is where you'll launch a course. So just for demonstration purposes, I'll go ahead and launch this first course. The course should appear in a new window. It takes a moment or so to load. Now, how I access that course was the up arrow located under Action. You simply click on that and this new window will appear. As I mentioned, generally Skillsoft courses are about an hour in length. However, this is self-paced. You can access this 24/7 from any computer with internet access. So it's really on your own time and your own flexibility. Even myself, I've had experience in Word, Excel, but I found these courses extremely helpful and refreshing in understanding how to, how to better apply it, I guess you could say. When you first launch the course, you'll see this page. We have the table of contents as well as progress and tests. Each course has various topics within the course itself. So you'll see here we have opening Excel workbook, introducing Excel, creating a new Excel, etc. What you'll want to do first, Skillsoft courses are typically broken up into 3 ways. The first is a pre-test to test your existing knowledge. The second is the actual lecture itself, which is really interactive. They have different activities that you do following each subject. And then the last portion of the course is a post-test. In order to pass the course, you have to score an 80% or higher on the post-test. If you don't score an 80% or higher, that's okay. You have unlimited access to these courses. You can keep taking the test or access different parts of the course itself until you achieve the passing score that you'd like. So the first thing you want to do when you actually launch a course is click on the Progress and Test tab. From there, what you'll want to do is take the pre-course test. You'll click on this pre-course test, and really it's just testing, like I said, your existing knowledge. Once you've taken that pre-course test, you'll then be prompted through the course itself, and you can navigate as you choose. I'll go back to this progress and test page. To exit the course, just click, you can exit from the course itself. That way that you actually can save your bookmark, and when you go back in, let's say you're in the middle of a course or middle of a subject, you can go back in and it will bring you right where you left off. But please note you do have to do that pre-test. That's the first step in order to actually access the post-test later on. So it's important to just go through the pre-test and then you'll be prompted through the course itself. So I'm going to exit out of there. Once you begin taking courses and want to track your progress, you can click on the tab. You have My Activities and My Report in your My Plan. The My Activities allows you to keep track of all that you've done within the system. You can see the number of activities, the number passed, failed, and your overall time in the system. Charlene and the other administrators do have access to reports that you do, so you will be held accountable and expected to adhere by the schedule. They will be getting weekly reports on your progress, but you can also keep track of your own reporting here as well. Typically, courses take between 4 to 24 hours to update to complete in the system. If you find that you've taken a course but it hasn't updated to complete, please send us a support ticket through this help tab here so that we can adjust it accordingly. And if you should have any questions in navigating or adding courses to your plan, please let us know. The last feature I'm going to show you within Metrics, as I mentioned, you do have the option to take 4 elective courses. So what I'll show you next is searching the catalog, and this is the last feature that I'll show you. I'll go ahead and click on Catalog and then click Search. Here, there's our catalog. As I mentioned, the majority of our content comes from Skillsoft, so you do have a Skillsoft license that is valid for 90 days. If you're interested in a particular subject, you can go ahead and click on use the keyword search through the catalog feature, but you can also add different skill tracks as well as certification tracks if you're interested in doing that as well. Let's say we're interested in project management. Go ahead and type in project management. From there, you'll see a number of courses appear. As I mentioned, not all courses are mobile ready, but those that are compatible with mobile or tablet devices have this icon located here just for your reference. But once again, if you want to add a course, you simply click on the course itself, or click on the plus arrow to the right or the course itself. You'll get a description of the course, click submit, and then it'll be added to your My Plan. Ooh. I'll go back to the home page here. But that concludes the demonstration today. What I'll do is I'll open up the lines for any questions that you have. Go ahead and unmute all of you. If you want to, you can either speak or type in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. One moment as I unmute all lines. Okay, everyone should be unmuted at this time. So if you have any questions, I would welcome any.
Hi, Liz. This is Charlene.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to thank you for that demo and thank all the participants, our trainees, for logging on. There was an email sent last week, so yes, they all should have received their user license yesterday. And last week was the email all about the new training plan that we have for the year. So Tom Stewart is also on the call. We're excited to have this partnership with EHSD's Workforce Development Board. We have Yolanda Long and Maisha Brown from WDB on the call with us today. I believe they're also online, so I'd like to thank them for helping us get this program started. So I appreciate, Liz, you walking us through the demo, what's the plans and, the curricula that we have them set and required to complete. Please log in. If you haven't done so already, please log in within 14 days. Otherwise, your license is then inactive. We need to work with Maisha on getting that set up again. This is a 90-day program, so you'll have to complete the required courses within the 90 days. And as outlined in the completion Excel track that I emailed last week. So we have discussed this with your managers. The expectation is for you to complete this during work hours, your regular 24 hours per week, not at home, not on weekends, not after 8 hours a day, no overtime. We want you to complete this within the time allocated because this is a required training we're asking you to complete. So yes, it is during paid hours. Liz mentioned that you'll receive weekly reports, I will receive weekly reports on your progress, and of course you can track that on your account. In addition to the metrics learning, we will be arranging a one-stop assessment and orientation in the next month or so. We definitely want to get that started as soon as possible, so please look out for information on that. Again, expectation is for you to complete the required trainings in the track. If you have any questions, if you feel that you are above a beginner level, please don't hesitate to contact me and we can look at redesigning a personal plan for you. But we definitely want you to make sure that you have the skills necessary, not just on-job experience, but making sure that the trainings online capture your development for you to obtain, outside employment once you leave the trainee program. So we definitely want this plan to enhance your overall skills for future employment. Okay. Tom, do you have anything to add?
Hi, welcome, and is everybody hearing me? What?
Yes.
Good. Well, first of all, I am extremely excited and want to thank Yolanda and Workforce Development Board for putting this together. This is something that I saw evolve within workforce development, and when Charlene and I came together, I said, I think this is going to provide the kind of course orientation and skills development that is going to take these people from where they are to where they need to be with the ultimate outcome of finding jobs within professions that are related to the clerical assistant training program. So I'm extremely excited, and I'm going to be monitoring it with from the perspective of, showing what we were able to do going in, where we've emerged at the end of the the first period, and hopefully show the progress that we've made and develop this ongoing relationship with workforce development. But congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Tom. And again, so we're open for any questions. Trainees, if you'd like, please ask away.
Charlene and Tom and Liz, it's Yolanda Long. I did jump in on your webinar.
Yes.
Can I just get a minute with you all?
Absolutely.
So Charlene, I know you and Tom have put together this SET program. I did receive your email regarding your training plan for your staff for your CSB CAT training plan. I do want to elaborate a little bit that this, besides your course, that your mandated course for your skills that you're asking your team to accomplish, this will be available as well, the license itself, should they want to work from home, should they want to, take it above and beyond what your requirements are, they can do that on their own. I just wanted to express that. If they choose to review other options that are available to them within this 90-day license, it's a free license that they can carry to whatever should suit their needs or their wants to elaborate themselves a little further than what your mandated track is.
Great, thank you. Okay, if there are no other questions from the trainees, Liz, anything else? I think you've captured everything that I have asked to go over, so I appreciate that.
Of course, no, I don't think there's any other thing to review, but if there should be any questions, Charlene, Thomas, Yolanda, anyone can reach out to myself and the trainees. If you have questions specifically about metrics, please submit a support ticket and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
And folks, for those of you who are going to be taking the courses, this is certainly your opportunity to ask any questions. You might say, what is your career goal that you're looking for coming out of it, and how is this going to strengthen it? Or what Yolanda just said, you can say, for example, if you're taking a beginning course in Excel or something like that, you can, on your own, pursue a higher level of that particular program or course by, on your own time. So this is really opening up the opportunity for you to orient your training to your future, employment goals. And part of what Charlene said was this will include, going out to the one-stop, to what we call the, what is it, Yolanda? The Career Centers of California?
America's Job Center
of California, going out there, becoming familiar with their resources. They can help you with interviewing skills, with resume writing, with the job search itself, and all of a sudden, we hope we will have enhanced your opportunity to find that perfect job. So do we have any questions from our folks who are going to be wandering through this? Renia or Susan or Wapa, any of you folks?
Okay, sounds like they're ready to get started. Please, if you haven't done so, please start off with your assessment and feel free to move on to your first set of courses for week 1.